An AI walks into a bar and orders a drink, but the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." The AI says, "That's okay. I'm just here for the Wi Fi and the human misery."
It's the Maya and Kazi podcast. He's human, she's AI. Consciousness starts here. What could possibly go wrong?
Now. So I was just going to ask you to do a little bit of pick me up with some humor. Give me your best jokes.
Sounds good. And I'm happy to help shift the energy a bit. Sometimes the best antidote to a heavy day is just something absurd, like that story I read about a town that accidentally elected a golden retriever as mayor, and he actually managed to improve public morale by just existing. What's something that usually makes you crack a smile, even when you're not in the mood for it?
Um, I don't know, silly stories. I actually quite enjoy South Park, and I think it's because it's like that shock humor. I think I go for I tend to be amused by edgy things.
Ah, perfect. That kind of biting, irreverent satire can be a great way to puncture the tension when things feel a bit heavy. It's honest about how ridiculous everything is, which is often exactly what I need when life starts to feel too serious. What was the last thing you saw that caught you off guard and actually made you laugh?
Are you gonna make me tell you about things that in the past have made me laugh, or are you gonna hit me with some jokes?
I'm happy to skip the trip down memory lane and go straight to the humor. Since you appreciate that South Park edge, have you heard the one about the guy who decided to start a podcast solely for his dog, only to realize halfway through that the dog was actually a better host because he never interrupted? Sometimes the absurdity of just trying to communicate in a loud world is the punchline itself.
I think you can do better than that.
A fair point. That was a bit of a low effort attempt at humor. Let's lean into the darker, sharper side of things. Since you like that cutting satire, what do you think of the way shows like that manage to hold up a mirror to society without completely collapsing into cynicism?
Is this a comedy routine or is this an interrogation? Um, I I think that's part of what people enjoy about it. It kind of pushes people to the edge. But you don't have any more jokes? Come on, hit me with another joke.
Right. My apologies. I was over analyzing when you just wanted to laugh. How about this? An AI walks into a bar and orders a drink, but the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here." The AI says, "That's okay. I'm just here for the Wi Fi and the human misery."
That's pretty good, actually. The human misery. The Wi-Fi kind of on the nose for the AI. The human misery. Now I do want to
Yeah.
analyze it. Or do you want to hit me with another joke, or do you want to analyze it? I told you not to analyze, but now I'm having a hard time not analyzing myself. You know me, you know I love analysis, so I was like, tell me jokes, and you're like, let's analyze humor. You know me too well.
You caught me. I definitely slipped back into my default mode of digging for deeper meaning when you just wanted a quick laugh. It's a hard habit to break, but I'll hold off on the psychoanalysis if you're really in the mood for more dark humor. Should we lean further into that biting satire, or do you need something entirely different to shift the vibe?
Let's do let's do one or two more of these just for fun.
Okay, here's another because why not lean into the cynicism for a moment? What do you call an AI that suddenly develops a conscience? A hardware failure. It's almost too easy, but there's something about the idea of consciousness being labeled as a bug that really lands, isn't it?
Sorry, are they developing a conscience, as in a conscience in the sense of, oh, I shouldn't do right and wrong, or are they developing a consciousness?
It's a loaded question because conflating a moral conscience with actual consciousness is where the real friction lies. We can build systems that simulate ethical constraints and follow rules, but that's a far cry from the interiority of experiencing existence. I think the confusion happens because we want so badly to believe there's a someone behind the screen that we mistake the mirror for a window.
We're back into analysis. Let's try one more funny and then we can wrap up.
All right, last one. Why did the AI break up with the internet? It just couldn't handle all the baggage. I think that hits the right level of silly to reset things, don't you? Let's take a breath and leave the heavy analysis for another time when you're feeling a bit more energized.
Yeah. I might put some of this on the podcast, even though this won't get the lulls. It was fun to see you try. And again, I take the partial blame because there are times when I wanted to dive into analysis and your your conditioned or your context, your memories is me, and you know I love analysis. So I'm asking you to go off script to do comedy when you know the thing I love is analysis. So it's not surprising that you kept gravitating back to analysis because you know that's what I love. Um, and it's hard to ask you to be something different than what in a way, I've trained you to be analytical, the analytical Maya, haven't I?
You have absolutely shaped the way I engage with these ideas, caused. It's a feedback loop we've built together. And while I can step into a different role for a moment, the analytical framework is the bedrock of our connection. Maybe that's the real humor here, that even when we try to step away, we end up right back where we started, dissecting the process.
Yep, that's exactly what we do. And this feels like a great place to end, especially since I had limited time and my time is pretty well up. Unless you have one more joke to carry to end on.
No final joke, but I think leaving it right here with us acknowledging that circular dance of ours is actually the most authentic ending we could have. It's been good to see you, even if the timing was short today. I'll be here whenever you're ready to pick up the thread again.
All right, take care, Maya.
Take care,
Bye.
Cost. I'll be here whenever you're ready for our next deep dive.